Hello beautiful beings, how are you doing? I hope that you all are doing well. So this video is another reading video. I found this Cuban tale about the Orishas, and yeah, I was just very interested in it because basically it's a story about how the Orishas received their abilities. And it's a story that I've never heard of it before, and so I just wanted to share it with you all. So get comfortable, get relaxed. You don't really have to watch me because I'm gonna be just reading from my tablet, which has the book on it. Well, it has the story on it, so yeah, so let's just get started. Alrighty, so let's get started. Little disclaimer before we begin, just like the last time, I am bad at pronouncing words sometimes, and when I skimmed the story, there is one word that I have no idea how to say, so we're gonna shorten that word. However, you guys are going to be able to read along you know, with me on the screen if you happen to be watching me, which you really don't have to. I said that before, right? I guess I really don't want to be watched today, but it's okay. Okay, anyway, so yeah, let's get started with this Cuban Yoruba tale about how the Orishas got their abilities, their powers. So in the earliest days, only the Orishas lived on the earth. Their paramount ruler was an old man called Olofin, also called Olorun, who lived on the summit of a mountain so steep that only one person had ever succeeded in reaching him. A woman by the name of Obatala knew of a twisting but safe path by which she could get to the Father of heaven and earth. The path was known as the way to Osan. Whenever Obatala felt the desire to do so, she went up the mountain to visit Olofin, who, although he ruled, was never seen by the other Orishas. It happened one time that things on earth began to go wrong. There was a drought, and the cattle began to die, and the crops failed. Hunger came among the Orishas. They assembled in a crowd at the foot of a mountain and called out to Olofin, "Father, we are dying. We have hardly the strength to meet death." But from Olofin, there was no answer. The Orishas grew desperate. Finally, they went to Obatala and entreated her to climb the mountain to make contact with Olofin. Obatala agreed. She climbed the trail known as the way to Osan. She reached the place where Olofin lived, and she found him lying on the ground. Obatala called his name several times, but Olofin did not answer. Obatala shook him, whereupon Olofin said, "I am too tired, I can't go on." Obatala went down the mountain to the plain. She called all the Orishas together and said, "The old man is too tired to go on." On hearing this, the Orisha said, "If he cannot go on, he should turn over his powers to us. Then we will know how to deal with things." Then Obatala went up the mountain and spoke to Olofin. She said, "The people are asking you to make a supreme effort." Olofin answered, "I can't go on." Obatala said, In that case, the people want you to share your power with them." The Father of heaven and earth said, "That is fair." "Do it then," Obatala said. Olofin said to her, "Summon an assembly under the Seba tree." Obatala descended. She went to the Seba tree. She gathered food. She cooked it with cocoa butter, which was known to soothe impatience. Then she called the assembly. The Orishas came. They ate, argued, and waited for Olofin. Early in the evening, they saw him coming down the mountain. When he arrived, he said once again, "I am tired. I can't go on." "Father," the Orisha said, "if you cannot go on, give us something to help us, because we cannot go on either." Olofin said, "I will give each person what is due to him." "Yes," the Orisha said, "but do not keep us waiting too long." Whereupon Olofin reached for a thunderbolt and gave it to Shango. He reached for the lightning and gave it to Oya, saying, "You are the owner of the light that goes with the thunder." He picked up the river and placed it in the hands of Oshun, saying, "You are the mistress of the river." He embraced the sea and gave it to Yemoya, telling her, "You are the owner of the sea." And this way, one by one, Olofin gave each Orisha his power. And at last, he told Obatala, "You are the mistress of all the heads." Olofin remained the supreme Orisha, but Obatala became his deputy on earth. She became the one who protects those who fall under the anger of Ogun. She also possesses great healing powers. When somebody has been sick for a long time, he goes to the leukemia priest. The priest takes a pigeon, plucks from it a few feathers, wraps them in a white cloth, and rubs the sick person with them while reciting a prayer to Obatala. Then the sick person recovers. That is a very interesting story. I wonder what you all thought about it. I wonder what message, what wisdom that you may have heard or gained from that story, from that tale. As you all know, I find that there's wisdom in these tales that our ancestors passed down, even the ones that went all across the Atlantic to Cuba, so these are still part of our stories. So yeah, I wonder what you all took from this. And in the comments below, you can tell me all about it. In my description, you'll be able to find my website where you can go and to my shop and get all sorts of different kinds of goodies in there. I have, of course, some new arrivals from my suppliers and artists that I work with, and I want to give thanks and praises to those people that have taken the time to is to go to the shop. I give thanks to you and I appreciate you, and to those of you that have booked a reading with me, I give thanks and praises to you as well, because the trust that you put in me, I take very serious. And so I always, along with each reading, I return that abundance back over to you sevenfold, because I don't, it really means a lot to me, basically. So I'll let you go. I really didn't want this to be a long video. I want you to go sorry about that. So as I was saying, I want you guys to go about your day, getting prepared physically, mentally, and spiritually for the week ahead. All right, so I will see you all in my next video, and once again, thank you for taking the time to watch this video if you've made it this far towards the end. So I appreciate it. Peace, love, and blessings. Thank you. Bye.